Ah, dang it. I want to keep playing. If only The Witcher 3 would come out on the Nintendo Switch. But who am I kidding? That's never gonna happen.
Joey, are you ready yet?
Oh, I'm ready.
What?
I said I'm ready! What is this? Am I dreaming? Are you dreaming? No, we're not, because The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is on the Nintendo Switch. Was this a result of hard work and dedication, or is it a f***ing miracle? Probably both. I mean, this was a game that had its issues running on the base PS4 and Xbox One. How would a Switch port even work? Well, I don't know how, but it works. Oh boy, does it work. I'd first like to mention that I got this game courtesy of a review code provided by Bandai Namco Nordics. I got the code because I'm working on a little collab of sorts with our good friends over at the Commonwealth Realm. You should definitely stay tuned for that video when it comes out next week. Just when I think I'm out, they reel me back in. Now I hate it when people overhype things, so I'll only say that The Witcher 3 is one of the greatest video games ever made. So much so that I would consider it one of my top 3 games of all time. That is, if you count the Metroid Prime trilogy as one game. Which I do because I like to cheat, but I digress. The Witcher 3 originally came out in 2015 for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC, while Wii U owners were left in the dust once again. Back then, I wasn't too interested in picking up the game, but then I found out that the Standard Edition came with all these goodies and free DLC. I really admired that the developers at CD Projekt Red were so appreciative of those who bought their game that I decided to buy it myself. And if you're thinking of getting this game on Switch, you should buy it physically because you'll also receive the same goodies and the 2 expansions, Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, the latter of which contains a whole new map. That and the game is a whopping 28 gigabytes. Buy the cartridge, you won't regret it. Yeah, this may be another $60 port of a 4-year-old game coming to the Switch, but there's just so much content here and you get all the DLC, so it's really worth it. Hell, I already put over 100 hours in on the PS4 version, and I can't take the PS4 with me anywhere I go. I'll tell you what, even if I had to spend the $60 on this game instead of getting a review code, I would not have regretted it, because this is a damn good port. Like, shockingly good. Now, I've played quite a few ports on the Switch for a long time now, and some of them just didn't cut it. Remember that port of WWE 2K18? Yikes. I also played the port of Assassin's Creed 3, and on top of being a mediocre game, it was plagued with frame rate and audio problems. Doom, on the other hand, was a fantastic Switch port, so they're not all bad. However, I was slightly concerned about The Witcher 3. Here was one of the most visually demanding games of this generation, with massive open world areas. How many corners would they have to cut to make sure it runs on the Switch? Well, they had to cut down on the resolution, lower the textures a little bit, cut down on draw distance. Other than that, it's still The Witcher 3, plain and simple. The only thing you're missing out on in the Switch version is some graphical fidelity, but look at this. You're telling me this is ugly? Come on. Yeah, it obviously doesn't look as good as it does on other platforms, but considering this is running on a tablet with extremely outdated hardware, it's amazing what they accomplished with this port. But you know what's even more impressive than the visuals? The frame rate doesn't suck. Like, it has a few hiccups here and there, but when you compare it to other Switch ports of a lesser caliber, it's pretty damn good. I remember the PS4 version having frame rate problems when it released, and I believe they've been patched since then, so the Switch version runs as if it's received the same patch, though the strange glitches from the other versions are here as well. Still, the glitches aren't nearly as bad as a Fallout or a Skyrim. Another complaint that I've commonly heard from other people is that the combat isn't that good, and I couldn't disagree more. Does it have a learning curve? Yes, but it's not a steep one. I too had trouble with the combat when I first started, but I learned as I went, and now it's just second nature to me. It really saddens me when I hear other people say they couldn't get into The Witcher 3 because of the combat, and I feel very sorry for them because they're missing out on a fantastic experience. Normally I would go into more details about the game such as its story and other features, but I already did an in-depth review back in 2015, and it was the most successful video on my channel until this Joker showed up. So you should definitely check that video out after this one. But, in case you're pressed for time, let me give it to you straight. Should you buy The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt on the Nintendo Switch? That depends. If you've never played this game before and even have the slightest interest in playing it, you definitely should. Whether it's on the Switch or not is up to you. Obviously, it's cheaper on other platforms and PC, so if you have any of the other consoles and you only play games at home, then maybe you should play it on one of those. However, if you only own a Nintendo Switch, or you have a Switch you play in handheld mode often, it's a no-brainer. Buy it! As for me, I already played through the main quest on PS4, but the ability to play Witcher 3 on the go was an offer I could not refuse. Lately, I haven't been taking my Switch out of the house much until I got The Witcher 3, because I am still addicted to this game. I'd even argue that this is the best third-party port I've played on the Nintendo Switch. You have to admire the work that was put in to get this beast of a game running on a portable console. Big props to the developers at CD Projekt Red and the team responsible for the port at Saber Interactive for all their hard work. What's next? Cyberpunk 2077? Maybe for Switch Pro. Now if you'll excuse me, I have some horses to ride, monsters to hunt, you know, typical Witcher stuff.
When are you gonna finally burn this piece of junk?
My heart couldn't take it.
Go! Thank you guys so much for watching this new episode here on FerrisWheelPro. Special thanks goes to my Patreon supporters, Justice to Free, Stephanie Ferris, and Smash JT. You guys are awesome, and if you like this video, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to know when I upload another one. In the meantime, you've been watching FerrisWheelPro, and I'll see you on the next ride.